Hi everyone, my name is Splits, and today I bring you all the news from the PlayStation 2013 convention that took place yesterday in New York City. So, yesterday I was up till, I don't know, 1 a.m. here in Portugal because of the time zones and I watched the convention lives from, I don't know, from a streaming website, I don't know. And maybe if you know nothing about yesterday's event, maybe, just maybe, you're living under a rock. Because, I'm recording this commentary now, and I'm really excited about this because, you know, I slept about 4 hours yesterday, and because I wanted to watch that live, really, and so it was quite kind of, I don't know, I was really expecting that convention to be awesome, and it really was. So let's go forward with it. So yesterday Sony started by saying that the PlayStation Vita had a lot more potential than the other one that was used from it right now, blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay, that's not new, give me the flippin' frickin' PS4. And if you don't know, Andrew House was the one that actually announced it, and he's a really important director in PlayStation and in Sony Entertainment, and he said that they were working on the next-gen platform called the PS4. And according to Sony itself, the system was in development for about 5 years already, and so that's quite interesting, you know, 5 years, that's a long time. And the main difference between the PS4 and the PlayStation 3 is that it actually approaches a lot more the PC architecture, so it looks like a computer, so it's much easier for developers to develop other video games, and because the previous PlayStation 3 had different architecture, and so the games that were made for PlayStation 3 was completely different from the ones from PC and from the Xbox. And so this thing, you know, Sony learned from their mistakes, and so I give it a thumbs up for that. And about the specs of the console itself, Sony described it as a supercharged PC, and so we know about the architecture, but the supercharged PC was a thing that really kept my mind and my attention. And I think the numbers that they talked about just talk by themselves. It has like an 8GB DDR5 RAM and almost 2 teraflops of power, and that's what they said. And if you don't know anything about tech and computers and whatever, that's absolutely amazing, and the games will run there absolutely amazing, and it's a flippin' freaking awesome computer. Well, that's true, it's a supercharged PC. Well, they also clarified that it is going to incorporate a hard drive disk, and there was some speculation about the hard drive disk, if it would be an SSD or an HDD, not an HDD, HDD or an SSD, but it ended up as being an hard drive disk. And so, but PlayStation and Sony itself talked about no capacity or capability, so the gigabytes, we know nothing about that. One of the things that everyone was expecting failed because the PS3 overall design and looks wasn't really presented to us, but they gave us a little bit of a treat, the DualShock 4. And so they are going to change it a little bit. If you are a PlayStation gamer, you know that the controller is almost the same as the ones from the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. The one from PlayStation 3 is almost the same as the previous ones, just a little bit of a change, like the triggers and the PS button. But the main design is the same. But now they changed it a little bit. And so they have new analog sticks with improved grip, so it has like a little bit of an edge, and so it's much easier for you to grab it. You have a new trigger design, so the triggers are a lot more, I don't know, simple and good looking, because the previous ones just made a strange sound, in my opinion, so I think that's a lot better right now. It has a touchpad, and that's the main new feature on this controller. A touchpad is going to take place in the exact center of the controller. So the PS button goes a little bit down between the two analogs, and the touchpad sits right in the middle of the controller. So you may be asking, okay, where is the select button and the start button? Well, there are no select button or start button. They are completely gone. And we have a new button. We have a new button called the share button, but I'll talk about that later on. It also added some kind of a new way to identify players when playing, and when I'm talking about that, just a light at the back of the controller itself, and that's kind of like a move-like feature. You know, if you have the move, you know that the colors change in terms of the players, and so it's kind of the same thing, and it's also going to work in the same way with the camera, and so. And so the camera is going to be equipped with 2 lenses to depth, and so it's kind of like a Kinect in some way, and the light in the controller helps it like the move does. So I think the move is not gone really, and so I think the move is really there, and the features from the move are also incorporated in this DualShock 4. So some games were also shown yesterday, and I really want to talk about this. Some exclusive games like Neck. It was developed by the same people that were responsible, for example, for Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot, and it's really cool looking game. You know, the mechanics are really similar to the ones that I talked now, and it's definitely new cool exclusive franchise. Then they talked about Killzone Shadowfall from Guerrilla Games, nothing new. Of course, the red-eyed gorillas are going to be there. Okay, that's certain. So, and the other one exclusive was also Infamous Second Sons, and this is kind of a breakthrough in this franchise because it's not going to have Cole, apparently from the trailer. It's not going to have Cole, and so there are some people with superpowers, not just one, and so that's going to be quite interesting. So other games were also in the convention, and that weren't exclusives. I mean, for example, Watch Dogs. I really can't lie about that. Watch Dogs, I don't know, it's one of my favorite games for a long time, and I'm really expecting a lot from this game, and I don't know, if my channel keeps on growing like this, I'm going to have Watch Dogs on my channel, that's for sure. Also some new Final Fantasy. It's going to be like the 20th title or something. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy. And but if those weren't amazing, they showed new things like games from Blizzard. And if you know nothing about Blizzard, Blizzard is also the producer of World of Warcraft and Diablo 3. And so they announced a partnership with Sony, and the guy that went there to the convention said they were aiming to rule the world, and they really said to rule the world, and I kind of understand, because Diablo 3 and World of Warcraft are really huge franchises. They really just talked about Diablo 3 and not World of Warcraft, but it's just a matter of time till Sony joins with Blizzard. So I'm not an RPG fan guy, but you know what, I really have to admit this is awesome. And they also talked about Bungie, and Bungie was responsible for the Halo franchise, and yeah, the Halo franchise, one of the biggest exclusives for Xbox. And so they are going to make the new project Destiny, an FPS, a futuristic FPS, and it's going to be available in the PS3 and the PS4 as well. So all the games look amazing, the specs look even better, and Sony wants to really get gamers connected, and so they are going to add some new features like screen captures and even video to Facebook, for example. You can just post it on Facebook or something, and it's going to just make it a lot easier for you to do that. And you can even live stream to popular websites like Ustream using those capabilities of the PlayStation. So, you know, of course, this is not like an HD PVR inside the PS4, but in my opinion, it never got closer, you know. It's not set for the hardcore YouTubers, but it's really going to expand the community in terms of gameplay posting, and so that's going to be interesting. Also, you are going to be able to play games even before downloading them, so you just download a little bit of that, and when you're playing, you can download it at the same time, so that's going to be interesting. And if you don't know anything about, if you know nothing about the Sony itself, you have Gaikai. Gaikai was bought by Sony. Gaikai is a company that was responsible for cloud technologies, and so Sony is going to use that to kind of use a remote play through the PS Vita and the PS4, or even through tablets and smartphones to the PS4. So you're going to be able to play games in the PS Vita that are running in the PS4, and so you are just kind of, I don't know, using the PS Vita as a screen and as a controller at the same time. So that's going to be quite interesting. And also the things that they incorporated in tablets, and so that's going to be amazing. And I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it. And just to sum it up, in my opinion, the PS4 looks really good, and I really have to admit that I'm really excited about it. I was really expecting a price range and actually to see the actual console, but you know what, we can't have it all. And also some information about The Last of Us or the next Uncharted. I was really expecting that, but we can't have it all. Well, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a like rating or even favorite this video to show all your friends about this new info. And by the way, leave your opinions about the PS4 down below on the comment section. Basically, what you think about all the specs and release games for this upcoming console. Well, that's basically it. I'm HitSplits and I am out.